Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Starcub Review. I'm your host, as always, Starcub, and on tonight's agenda, I'm going to do a movie review for the 2024 movie for Max, and that is Salem's Lot. Yes, I know I'm late to this, but heck, I don't care. I've seen really bad stuff, reviews, and I've seen some really good reviews on it, and I thought I'd do my review on it. Watched it a couple of days ago. What did I think of it? You'll have to wait and find out. But before we move on, I just want to say a big, huge thank you to everyone new to my channel that is tuning in. Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate it. To everyone that is returning and watching my videos, thanks, guys. I really appreciate you all. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell to keep up to date with everything on my channel. And I will see you all with the review after this intro. Alrighty, everybody, it's me again, Starcub. Now, tonight's review is going to be on HBO Max's 2024 film Salem's Lot, the long-awaited remake based on Stephen King's novel. Now, this film was announced all the way back in 2019, and it was filmed in 2021, and with additional footage in that in 2022, and then it was delayed multiple times and stayed on the shelf. Now, we all know the controversy behind it, whether or not the studio decided that it wasn't good enough to be released into theaters. It was going to be released into theaters, then it got pulled. There was so much going on with this film that it was just absolutely crazy. But came out a couple of days ago, and honestly, what can I say about Salem's Lot? The 2024 movie remake of a remake of an original. I am very pleasantly surprised. Salem's Lot was a really fun film. It was fun. I enjoyed it. It was fast paced. It does have its flaws, though. I will give it that. It does have its flaws, and it's some good and some bad, but majority of the reviews that I've seen of people talking about this film is really ridiculous. Like, people left, right, and center were bashing the shit out of it, saying it was unnecessary, saying it was horrible, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, don't see what the fuss was. It was actually really good. And to be honest, and this is just me talking now. To be honest, I didn't care for the original. Did not care for the 1979 miniseries. I thought it was boring. I thought it was way too long, way too drawn out. Yes, it does focus a lot on character development, and a lot of it too is used up in that 3-hour runtime with filler and unnecessary scenes and drawing it out. There are some good things in the original, but to be honest, I actually prefer the 2024 one. It had some of the stuff from the original and did it way better and more intense. Some stuff is obviously cut out for the runtime, obviously, which does hurt it a little bit, but it actually hit all points pretty quick off the bat, and it gets to the point straight away. It doesn't leave you lingering too much on a lot of exposition dumping from characters to get to here, and makes the audience feel like they're stupid because we need an exposition dump to explain all of this. No, Salem's Lot just gets straight into it. It's absolutely insane how they pulled off what they did, and it's great. I had a great time with it. You've got actors and actresses like Pullman, who plays Ben Mears, Mackenzie Lee that plays Susan Norton, Elfie Woodard as Dr. Cody, absolutely exceptional character. Elfie Woodard in this film was incredible. Really, really enjoyed her on the screen. John Benjamin Hickey as Father Callahan, Bill Camp as Matthew Burke, Jordan Preston Carter as Mark Petrie, and that's just to name a few. And it was produced by James Wan, Michael Clear, Roy Lee, and Mark Wolper, and obviously distributed by Max. And the production companies, Warner Brothers Pictures, New Line Cinema, Atomic Monster, and Vertigo Entertainment. And honestly, I liked this version of Salem's Lot. It got to the point, it had to sacrifice a few things to get to where it needed to go, but I preferred this version, really. It was really, really good. It was enjoyable, it was fast-paced, just a little character development on some of the characters, but others we didn't spend a lot of time with, and it really should have spent a bit more time with Richard Straker. Should have spent more with him. Alexander Ward as Kurt Barlow. Should have had a bit more with Barlow. Should have had more with Straker. Two of the most important characters in it. But what we got is fine. It does, some areas, it does go too fast, and you wish that it had a bit more meat to it to draw out the runtime. Now, that's not to say that it's bad for the runtime that it is, 113 minutes. It did a great job. It was absolutely fantastic. The ending, climax, final fight is really, really incredible. Really, really shot well. The whole thing is shot well. The dark scenes, the creepy scenes. It's got some insane scenes in it to do with crosses, how they glow against the vampires. It's some really, really cool stuff that I really, really enjoyed seeing in Salem's Lot. But again, like I said, Lewis Pullman as Ben Mears, incredible. He was great. They were all great. The characters were all great, and I will splash some of the characters up on the screens. Ben Mears, Susan Norton, Dr. Cody, Father Callahan. They were all great to see, although we didn't get a lot of time spent with them. It does hurt it a little bit, but you know what? I liked the old school, fast-paced sort of film, and this is old school vampires. Gets to the point, and how it uses the old school. He's just the old school vampire-y look and vampire teeth, not this fake, over the top vampire teeth that they use now, sort of thing. Could have seen more of Barlow, but what we got of Barlow was fine. The story does sacrifice quite a bit in terms of getting to know the characters a little bit more, but you know what? That doesn't detract from it. I really didn't enjoy the original as it was. Like I said, the original was very, very long and boring, except for a few scenes that stand out. But even back then, I can't understand for a miniseries how this would have scared, like the original, how it would have scared anyone back then. I watched it, I'm thinking, wow, I don't know how people were scared by this back in 79. I really don't, considering there was a lot more scarier stuff. But that, each to their own, I suppose. But I liked the 2024 version of Salem's Lot. I thought it was well done. And if you want to just have a look at some of the other people that are trash talking it and stuff like that, I just think some people that really, really trash talk it are just, it's absolute nonsense. And it's just like they rip it to shreds because they didn't, they don't approve of the fact that it doesn't say, it doesn't have the 3-hour runtime tag, and it doesn't add a lot of this, and it doesn't add, and it's ridiculous. It's so, it's boring, blah, blah, blah. No, I had a good time with it. I really did. And yeah, just go and see it, people. It's a really, really good film. I enjoyed it for what it is. And especially for someone who hasn't really seen the original, for anyone that hasn't seen the original, or the 2004 remake of it, watch this on Max. You'll be pleasantly surprised. It's a fun, fast-paced, old-school vampire flick, which is really, really good. They got the 70s down pat, the feel of it, the cars, the costuming, the cinematography, the feel, although it is missing something in it to make it great in terms of the aesthetic. And I honestly can't pinpoint what that would be. Like, it just needs something, just a little bit, something extra to go that extra mile to make it really nostalgic, sort of. And I can't put my finger on it what that is, but it was a great film. I enjoyed it for what it is. It's out on HBO Max, people. Go and watch it. What do I give Salem's Lot? For all the haters out there, I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. I really, really enjoyed it. Fast-paced, old-school vampire fun. And with that, that's my review down. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys, and I will be back with some new videos very, very soon. Catch you later. Ciao.